The highlight of the holiday in Salem was the Christmas Eve love feast. There was a candlelight service held in the Moravian church with wonderful singing and music. During the love feast, everyone, young and old alike, ate a sweet bun and drank a mug of coffee mixed with milk and sugar. They showed that the people felt like one big family, together in love. During the love feast, everyone, young and old alike, ate a sweetened bun and drank a mug of coffee mixed with milk and sugar. This showed that the people felt like one big family together in love. During December, the ladies of Salem filled molds with beeswax to make candles for their service. Others baked the big fluffy buns that would be served. Father and sons practiced Christmas carols on trumpets, trombones, French horns, or flutes, and there were choirs for every age group, so there was special music to learn. Everyone in the Ost household had a church job this Christmas Eve. Anna was going to sing the girls' choir, and Sister Ost was a diner, a love feast server. Even Johann Kraus would be serious for one night, holding a heavy tray of steaming mugs for the ladies to hand out. But this Christmas, it was Brother Ost, Papa, who had the most important job of all. Every year, a trumpeter was chosen to open the love feast. He would stand on the balcony over the door of the church and play hymns. This signaled that the service was about to begin. Papa felt very honored. The day was a busy one. An afternoon vesper meal of cake and tea, Mama reminded Anna and Papa that they would not have supper until after the love feast. She packed her white dinner dress in a basket and went to the church to begin brewing coffee. Anna had to go one last choir rehearsal, and Papa was going to stay at home and practice his trumpet playing. They would not meet again until after each one had finished his or her part in the love feast. 2 hours later, the people of Salem began gathering outside the door of the church for the Christmas Eve service. Anna stood with the other girls about her age and waited for her father to play. It was cold. What was Papa waiting for? She looked at the balcony. Papa held his trumpet in one hand. With the other, he was covering his mouth and coughing. He coughed and sputtered and coughed some more. He raised the horn up to his lips, but had to stop and cough again. People standing near Anna began shuffling their feet and whispering. Papa coughed again, but finally got the breath he needed to blow into the trumpet. The first note wavered. Was Papa going to be all right? By the third note, he was fine, and the clear, bright song rang in the night air. Anna always loved Christmas Eve. Organ music, the carols, green branches at the windows, the strong smell of coffee, and most of all, candles. During the last song, the diners handed a candle to each person in the church. Candlelight made even plain places beautiful on Christmas Eve. Anna thought as though she looked around the room at her Salem friends and neighbors. The peaceful hush of the love feast stayed with her all the way home. She met her parents outside the church, and they walked silently down the street. But Anna remembered the minute they opened the door to their house. "Oh, what's wrong with you? Why are you coughing so much? Why couldn't you play your trumpet?" "Mama, did you hear about it, Papa?" "What was it, Papa?" Brother Alice didn't say a word. He marched into the kitchen and picked up the tin bucket of Christmas cake. He looked at Mama and Anna with fierce eyes. "Oh, Gottfried," Mama breathed. "You didn't." Papa's eyes grew darker. "We put black pepper in those cakes to play a trick on Johann," Mama said. "Gottfried, I hid the bucket away so no one need to buy the steak." It turned out Papa had gotten hungry right before time to go to church. He had prowled around the kitchen until he found the cookies Mom and Anna had fixed for Johann. The black pepper tickled and burned us badly, so he had a hard time playing the hymns for the Christmas service. Anna could feel bubbles of laughter bursting inside her throat, but she didn't make a sound. She could tell Papa wasn't ready to laugh about pepper cakes yet. Maybe next Christmas, but not now. And that's the end of that story. See you later. Carefully, so the thin dough wouldn't tear, her mother lifted the shapes with a knife and placed them on the baking sheets. These went to the brick oven at the side of the fireplace where white-hot coals had been raked flat to bake the cakes evenly. Anna's job was to watch the pans. Christmas cakes were so thin they would burn if you left them in the oven even a minute too long. But these cakes didn't burn. They turned a nice, rich, spicy brown, and Sister Oz used a long wooden handle to pull the baking sheet from the oven. After the cakes had been out for a minute, she lifted them off with a knife and set them on a plate to cool. They were beautiful-looking Christmas cakes, wafer-thin with crispy edges. Who would ever guess they were loaded with black pepper? Mother and daughter giggled at each other, then broke a cookie in half. Anna ate her piece first. She clutched her throat and ran to the water bucket on the back porch. Sister Oz took a tiny nibble and smiled. She would save these pancakes just for the right moment, and then wouldn't Brother Johann be surprised? It took the rest of the day to finish the baking. Anna and her mother rolled and cut and packed up more than a bushel of cookies, enough to share with every guest who might visit during Christmas. Moravian hospitality had made the town of Salem famous, so there were always plenty of visitors. As Christmas time drew near, the bustling town got even busier. People still had everyday chores, milking cows, chopping wood, hauling water, cooking meals. But in between the chores... Hello, welcome back to Kim Reads. We continue with Christmas bedtime stories. I know it's past Christmas, but I want to finish the book. Pepper cakes. Here, brethren, here, the hour of 6 has come. Keep pure each heart, bring peace to every home. Anna Oz woke to the sound of 6 long blasts on the watchman's conch shell horn. She hated to leave her warm nest of quilts, but then she remembered. Today was Christmas cake day. Anna threw back the heavy covers and swung her feet down. Shivering in her thin linen shift, she reached for the woolen stocking she kept under her pillow in the winter time. Anna thought there was nothing worse than bare feet on the freezing floorboards. With her toes safe in the warm stocking, she ran across the room to where her petticoat and jacket hung from the peg in the wall. She yanked the ankle-length skirt down from over her shift and stuck her feet into the heavy leather shoes. Next came the fitted blouse called a jacket. Anna moved to the window so she could lace up the ribbon that kept the blue jacket close in the front. Around her neck, she tied a white scarf called a handkerchief. Running a comb through her long hair, she quickly pinned on the back of her neck with hairpins. Last of all, she put on a white linen cap that all the girls and women of Salem wore and tied the red ribbon under her chin. The 12-year-old girl flew downstairs through the kitchen to the back porch where a pitcher of icy water stood on her washstand. The cold splashes took her breath away, and it felt good to sit down at the kitchen table in front of the open fire. Her parents were waiting for her. Has my daughter forgotten how to walk in a manner befitting a proper young Moravian lady? Brother Gottfried Oz leaned over and kissed Anna on the forehead. Anna blushed. I'm sorry, Papa, but today's Christmas cake day, and I get to stay home from school to help Mama with the cakes. Brother Oz couldn't keep a small smile from dancing at the corners of his mouth. I like your mother's cakes too, Anna, but let us not forget the reason why she makes them. It is to share with others the joy of this holy season. Anna joined hands with her mother and father in prayer before another day of hard work in Salem, a Moravian settlement in the wilderness of North Carolina. Anna's first task was to stir the giant bowl of stiff brown dough. As she waited with a wooden spoon, her mother measured out the ingredients: butter, brown sugar, molasses, flour, salt, soda. From drawers in a tiny chest came from the precious spices from a faraway place that gave Christmas cookies their bite. Cinnamon, ginger cloves, a pinch of nutmeg, and then a dash of allspice. Is it time for the secret ingredient, Mama? Anna asked eagerly. Her mother nodded and reached for the pot resting on the hearth. Slowly, she poured out a cup of coffee left from the breakfast and added to the bowl of dough. Anna stirred carefully so she wouldn't splash. Every cook in Salem had a secret recipe for Christmas cakes, some extra touch that she felt made her cakes the best. Mothers passed their secrets on to their daughters, but no one outside the family was supposed to know exactly what made the cookies so good. Some cooks made mild Christmas cakes. Others added so much ginger the cookies would stick to your tongue. Sister Oz took pride in the fact that her Christmas cakes were a perfect blend of sweetness and spiciness, with the coffee adding a mysterious rich flavor her neighbors all seemed to like. At every Christmas gathering, Mama's cakes always disappeared first. It's time to knead the dough. Mama took 3 or 4 handfuls of flour and dropped them on the tabletop. She would turn the dough out onto the flour and then press and push and punch and squeeze until the dough just felt right. It was always hard work. At that moment, Johann Kraus walked in carrying our load of wood. Brother Alice told me to bring you some more firewood, the young man said. He's had me chopping wood for the pottery all morning. Then the apprentice stacked the split logs in a big box next to the hearth and turned to see what the women were doing. Cake day, he cried and bent over the table. Before Anna knew what was happening, Johann took a deep breath and puffed on the pile of flour. He dashed out of the kitchen laughing. Mom and Anna looked over each other. Both of them were covered with white powder, their faces on their necks, down their apron, all over their arms and hands, even on the tops of their shoes. The rascal! Sister Oz chuckled. It's time we taught that young man a lesson. I think I know just how to do it. Johann Kraus worked with Papa in the pottery shed, learning how to shape and fire clay into jugs, pots, and bowls that the people of Salem used every day. He was a good worker, Papa said, but he still had some growing up to do, even though he was already 17. In the 3 years that Johann had been with the Oz, he had pulled hundreds of pranks, especially on Mama. Anna remembered when he tied a broom to Mama's apron strings as she stood working on the kitchen. When she moved the broom, hit her on the backside. Another time, Johann turned a pig in the house. Mud got all over Mama's nice clean rooms, and Mama had to scrub the walls and floors. Last summer, Mama left 3 berry pies on the windowsill of the school where Johann came along and ate up all 3. But Mama never stayed mad at him for very long. You just had to like someone who enjoyed good food as much as brother Johann, Mama said. Anna, bring me the spice chest. Sister Oz took a big pinch of black pepper from one of the little drawers and began to knead it with a handful of the cookie dough. When the dough was ready, she used a heavy wooden spoon rolling to flatten the pin out. She rolled and rolled and rolled until the handful of dough was spread paper thin. Get the Christmas cake cutters and the pans, Anna. The girl was horrified. Mama, that was pepper. What are you doing? Sister Oz looked from the rolling pin, wanted to look at her daughter. You know how much Brother Johann likes Christmas cakes. We're going to make some special ones for him. He won't be able to eat too many of these cakes. And she sprinkled another pinch of black pepper on the rolled out dough. Anna used the old tin cookie cutters that had come from Germany to cut shapes into the spicy dough. Hard stars, rabbit pigs,